1028 Project. My name's Junior, and this is the 1028 Project. Hi there. How you doing today? Good to see you. So today's episode of the 1028 Project is, I don't know, favorite stories, perhaps? Or maybe it's favorite foods. Ooh, I like that too. So what's the favorite meal that you've ever had? Huh? Steak, maybe just donuts. Steak and donuts? I don't know. So, um, we are going live, and this is the 1028 Project. And like I said, welcome, welcome. We'd like to have you, glad to have you here. Hey, we got my hat on today. Yep, I was feeling a little festive, and actually my hair was just really not looking great. So, and I didn't want to put on a baseball cap, so I thought, hey, I'll put on this one. So, kind of fun. For any of you that don't know, I am Santa. I do portray the character of Santa, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Um, I'm kind of Christmas crazy, to be honest. Uh, Almost every single day, I think about Christmas. And so, in that sense, yes, I'm a lot like Santa because I'm kind of obsessed. And I guess I should let me tell you my Santa story just a few minutes. My Santa story. Here it is. So, when I was living in Utah, one of my church leaders asked me to come help him one day. We are obsessed. One of my church leaders came and asked me, "Is like, hey, do you want to come and help me out for the night? We need some help delivering some gifts to some families around the neighborhood, and could you dress up as Santa and help us deliver these gifts?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah, no problem." So I put on the suit, and we hopped in the truck, and we went around delivering gifts to families. It was a lot of fun. Fun to see some smiles and some surprises. And anyway, dropped those off, and that was a fun evening. We took some pictures in his house, and I never really thought about it again until I was living in Los Angeles. And again, one of the people in my congregation was like, "Hey, Junior, we'll rent you a costume. Will you be Santa?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" But there was a lot of Hollywood folks in the congregation, but that was a lot of fun. Uh, and I had a natural beard, and I put some white shoe polish in the beard to make it look. I looked a lot like the Kurt Douglas, not Kurt Douglas. What's his name from Jaws? Dang it all. Richard Dreyfuss. I looked a lot like Richard Dreyfuss. And so Richard Dreyfuss as a Santa Claus. That's kind of what I looked like. Anyway, so I did that, and that was a lot of fun. And then also the same year they wanted me to be one of the three wise men, so I went and did that. But yeah, so that was a fun year. And then I kind of put it on the back burner. Didn't even think about it. Didn't think anything of it until I moved to Japan. And when I first got to Japan, I contacted a whole bunch of agents, and one of them turned out to be an old friend, and I was like, "Hey, sweet!" And so she was like, "Would you be interested in being Santa at Universal Studios Japan?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we did a deal where I was Santa in the day, and at nighttime I was a priest in I married a couple. I married a couple in a big Christmas show, their evening Christmas show. So just a little cameo role, kind of fun. So I did that, and I did that for probably about 4 years, and I eventually became their go-to Santa, the Santa that they used for all their VIP events. So they'd pull me in to, for the CEOs and the executives and their kids and the VIP parties and the the big wigs, the clients that they were trying to, schmooze with. I was always the Santa for them, and then they asked me to do like VIP shows so I could come in and dance and do a little some, you know, and hand out gifts to the guests because kind of fun. I really enjoyed that a lot. And while I was doing that, then also there was a Hankyu Samban guy wanted Santa to come and help them there, and so I went and helped him there as well. And so it just kind of grew. I've done work for Hankyu Samban guy since maybe 2016. And first it was just the live appearances, and they had me do the posters. And at COVID, they cut down, they didn't do the live appearances anymore. But anyway, so then I started just doing Santa here in Japan. And then I kind of broke out on my own and started doing my own stuff and doing fun stuff. So it's grown into, Red Cross Hospital, special needs schools, and doing that, volunteering there, and then doing a tree lighting ceremony. And then this year kind of expanded into a big Christmas market, which was a heck of a lot of fun, dude. And then this year was kind of really fun because we did 3 live television appearances, which was great. And just got a brand new suit that was pretty sweet. Anyway, a lot of fun. Continually growing, continually learning. I'm always wanting to try to be a better Santa, so that's just how it goes. Anyway, what have been your experiences as Santa? What are the things that stand out to you? One of the things that really stood out to me this year was I had a friend about at the beginning of last year who I found out had cancer, and I remember visiting him for the first time, and wishing, giving him my best, and we were in the hospital, and he's like, Junior, what are your plans? I might need someone to cover for me this Christmas season. And I said, no, 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 no. You are going to be Santa this year for them. I'm not going to take that job from you. You are going to go, and you are going to go be Santa. So you beat this cancer and you get out there and do what you need to do. So I was at the Christmas market doing my photo opportunities, and he and his wife showed up, and he was able to go and do the Christmas at his regular gig that he had done. And it's just moments like that just really Santa brings hope to a lot of people. And it's really wonderful to see that kind of hope and that kind of fight. You know what I mean? Like fighting to be Santa. How wonderful is that? To be like, I'm going to beat this so that I can bring joy to families and children and people here in Japan. And I have so much respect and love for him, and his efforts for this last year really made me happy. It does. It brings out the best in everybody. It's so beautiful and brings so much hope to so many people, and it's those quiet moments that kind of, as Santa kind of are the biggest paydays, the moments that really nobody sees. One of the most special moments this year, and was I had a special needs kid and his brothers and sisters come up and take their photo with me. And as Santa, I treat everybody the same, and I give a little more special attention to those who need it. And so I would, and since I have a special place in my heart for special needs kids, I talked to him, I treated him like a normal child, and he was just so happy. And I remember glancing up and looking at his mom, and tears were in her eyes, and that was just such a special, fun experience for me to be able to be in that moment with that child and his mother, and to be able to share that love of Christmas and of hope and of joy and of merriment and bringing that joy to people's lives. You know, that's what this life is all about, bringing other people joy. And you know what? With that, it is the 1028. It's been 1028. So I love you all. I wish you joy. And so hang in there, my joy nuggets. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.